The room went quiet the second the word left his mouth. Stupid. It wasn't shouted. It didn't need to be. The word slid across the white tablecloth like a blade, sharp enough to cut the hum of conversation in the private dining room of Aurelia, one of Manhattan's most exclusive restaurants. Evan Whitmore, tech billionaire and CEO of Whitmore Dynamics, leaned back in his chair as if nothing unusual had happened. His phone lay face up beside a crystal glass, the screen glowing with unread messages from bankers, lawyers, and board members waiting for one thing: confirmation that tonight's dinner had gone well. Across from him stood the waitress. She was black, mid-20s, hair neatly pulled back, uniform pressed but worn at the edges. Her name tag read Nia. I said Stillwater, Evan continued, tapping the glass with a manicured finger. Not sparkling. This isn't complicated. Nia looked down at the tray in her hands, then back up at him. Her face didn't harden. It didn't collapse either. It settled, like someone choosing calm on purpose. I apologize, sir, she said. I'll replace it right away. Evan waved her off. Try to listen next time. A few people at the table shifted uncomfortably. Someone forced a laugh. No one spoke. Nia turned to leave. She didn't see the man watching from the far end of the room, but he saw everything. Evan had chosen Aurelia for a reason. The restaurant was discreet, elegant, and famous for attracting people who never wanted to be noticed. Perfect for closing a deal without headlines. Tonight's guest of honor hadn't arrived yet. That fact alone had Evan on edge. The deal on the table was enormous, $3.5 billion, a cross-border partnership that would push Whitmore Dynamics into a new tier overnight. Expansion into Asia, new manufacturing lines, a legacy move. The investors' team had insisted on an in-person dinner. No contracts, no lawyers, just conversation. Evan hated that sort of thing. Numbers made sense. People didn't. Nia returned quietly with a fresh glass, placing it carefully in front of him. Her hands were steady. Stillwater, she said. Evan glanced at it, then at her. Finally, she hesitated, just for a moment. Sir, she said gently, the chef sent his compliments. He hopes the meal meets your expectations. Evan nodded without looking up. Nia waited, then added, if there's anything else you need, I'm here. Something in her tone made Evan look at her again. Not defiance, not sarcasm, presence. Just do your job, he said. Nia met his eyes. I am. She walked away. In the corner booth, the man closed his menu. His name was Hiro Tanaka. To the public, he was known as a quiet Japanese-Canadian investor with a reputation for backing companies that lasted decades instead of quarters. To people who knew him well, Hiro was known for something else entirely. He watched. He had learned early that people revealed their true character in moments they thought didn't matter. How they treated assistants, drivers, waitstaff, people with no leverage. Hiro had arrived early on purpose. He had seen the snapped fingers, the dismissal, the word. He hadn't intervened. Not yet. The meal progressed. Dishes arrived and disappeared. Evan talked about growth curves, valuations, disruption. He spoke with confidence sharpened by years of being listened to. Across the table, his executives nodded at the right moments. Evan checked his phone again. Still no sign of Hiro Tanaka. Annoyance crept in. This is getting ridiculous, Evan muttered. Did they think they're doing us a favor? One executive leaned in. Sir, Tanaka-san values patience. Evan scoffed. At this valuation, he should value speed. As if summoned, Nia appeared again, carrying dessert menus. May I offer? Evan held up a hand. We're waiting on someone important. Nia nodded. Of course. She turned to go, then paused. I hope he arrives soon, she said. This kind of meeting usually matters. Evan raised an eyebrow. And you'd know that how? Nia didn't bristle. I've seen a lot of dinners. Evan smirked. Right. From the corner booth, Hiro stood. The sound of his chair sliding back cut through the room more effectively than any announcement. Heads turned. Hiro walked with unhurried confidence toward Evan's table, his expression calm, almost warm. Evan stood immediately, smile snapping into place. Mr. Tanaka, finally. I was beginning to think. Hiro raised a hand. I was already here. Evan blinked. You were. Yes, Hiro said, glancing briefly toward the service station where Nia stood. I wanted to observe. The word landed heavily. Evan laughed lightly. Well, I hope you liked what you saw. Hiro looked at him for a long second. I did, he said. And I didn't. Silence stretched. Hiro turned, not to Evan, but to Nia. Miss, he said, bowing his head slightly, may I ask you something? Nia looked startled but stepped forward. Yes, sir. How long have you worked here? 3 years. And before that, I put myself through college, she said. I've worked in restaurants since I was 16. Hiro nodded. Thank you. Evan's smile wavered. Mr. Tanaka, shall we sit? Hiro didn't move. Earlier, Hiro said calmly, you were called stupid. The word echoed. Nia inhaled but didn't speak. Hiro looked at Evan. Do you believe that reflects her intelligence? Evan's face flushed. Look, that was taken out of context. Hiro tilted his head. Was it? Evan straightened. If we're going to discuss staffing issues, I think that's inappropriate. Hiro smiled faintly. This isn't about staffing. He reached into his jacket and removed a slim folder. I came prepared to sign a partnership worth $3.5 billion tonight, he said. I've reviewed your projections. Your technology is impressive. Evan exhaled, relief rushing back. Then let's. But, Hiro continued, I invest in people before I invest in companies. He closed the folder. Evan's relief stalled. And I don't partner with leaders who confuse power with permission. The air felt thinner. Nia stared at the floor. Evan forced a chuckle. You're seriously judging me over a misunderstanding with a waitress. Hiro's eyes softened, but not for Evan. He looked at Nia again. May I? She nodded. Hiro turned back to Evan. This waitress holds a degree in behavioral economics. She volunteers teaching financial literacy in underserved communities. And she was recommended to me by 3 people I trust. Evan's mouth opened, closed. She's been working here under her own name, Hiro said, because she wanted to see how leaders behave when they think no one important is watching. Nia lifted her head. I'm sorry, Evan said quickly. There's been some confusion. Hiro nodded. There has. He stepped back. We won't be proceeding with the partnership. Evan's phone buzzed, once, twice, then continuously. Emails. Alerts. What? Evan whispered. Hiro offered his hand to Nia. Thank you for your time, he said. She took it. They walked away together. Evan sat back down slowly. Around him, his executives stared at their phones as notifications piled in. Markets reacted fast. So did people. The room filled with sound again, but it felt different now. Nia stopped near the exit. She didn't look back. Neither did Hiro. Outside, the city moved as it always did, bright, loud, alive, unaware that something enormous had just shifted inside a quiet restaurant.